When we think about metabolism, most people picture something that happens only when we are awake, when we are moving, working, exercising, or eating. But the truth is far more fascinating. The human body is never really idle. Even when we close our eyes, slip beneath the sheets, and drift into the stillness of sleep, a quiet storm of biological activity is unfolding. The heart continues its rhythm, the brain files memories, the cells repair themselves, and, perhaps most importantly for our discussion, the metabolism continues to churn. Nighttime is not a pause button on our health. It is a secret laboratory where some of the most powerful processes of fat burning and renewal take place. What if we reimagine sleep not as downtime, but as prime time for transformation? When you lie in bed, your body makes choices. It can choose to store what you've eaten as fat, or it can choose to mobilize those reserves, tapping into them for energy and repair. Which way the balance tips depends greatly on the signals we give it before we close our eyes. A single choice, something as simple as what we drink before bed, can shape the chemistry of that long, quiet stretch of hours. Think about that. 8 hours where you are doing nothing consciously, but your body could be actively burning fat or stockpiling it. This is where the mystery of nighttime metabolism becomes deeply relevant. Most people try to hack their health during the day. They count calories at lunch. They push through a workout. They sip black coffee in the morning. Yet, they neglect the hours of sleep where biology is most receptive to gentle nudges. If you harness sleep properly, you tap into a system that wants to work for you. The body is like an orchestra. When you set the tone with the right prelude, a calming, nourishing bedtime drink, you guide the entire performance of the night. There is also a psychological dimension. The hours before bed are when the mind winds down, often in a state of vulnerability. Many people fill that time with screens, late-night snacks, or restlessness, sending signals of chaos and stress into the body. Imagine instead ending the day with a ritual that not only relaxes you, but also primes your metabolism. The warmth of a carefully chosen drink, the soothing flavors, the moment of calm. It creates a message, a cue to the body. Now is the time to repair. Now is the time to burn what is unnecessary. Now is the time to cleanse. Biologically, the body is highly attuned to cycles. Just as the rising sun resets your circadian rhythm, the moments before sleep can reset the way your metabolism behaves at night. Growth hormone, for instance, peaks during deep sleep, and this hormone is a potent fat burner, mobilizing fat stores to repair muscles and rejuvenate tissues. But growth hormone is sensitive. It works best when the body is calm, when blood sugar is balanced, and when digestion is not overloaded. The wrong choices, like a heavy, sugary snack, can mute this hormone's effects. The right choice, such as a light, metabolism-supporting drink, creates the perfect environment for growth hormone to do its work. Philosophically, this invites us to rethink control. So much of weight loss is framed as a battle of willpower. Resist this, restrict that, push harder, eat less. But what if the most powerful intervention was not about force, but about surrender? Allowing the body to work as it was designed, giving it the conditions it needs to thrive, and then stepping out of the way. The nighttime drink is not about pushing harder, it's about aligning with nature. It's about saying to the body, I trust you to do what you are meant to do. Here is the environment, here is the nourishment, now take over. There is an elegance in this approach. Instead of chasing health with frantic energy, you are inviting it in with calm intention. You are making a subtle but powerful shift from daytime effort to nighttime partnership. The body is your partner, and sleep is the stage where that partnership can either fail or flourish. So as you prepare for bed tonight, consider this. Those hours ahead are not empty. They are fertile ground. The drink you choose, the ritual you adopt, the mindset you bring into that space, they all have the power to tip the scales in your favor. While the world quiets down, your body is listening, working, deciding. Will it burn or will it store? Will it repair or will it deteriorate? That answer is shaped not by chance, but by choice. Stress is one of the most underestimated saboteurs of weight loss, and yet it lingers in the background of almost every struggle people face with their bodies. You can eat all the right foods, exercise consistently, even sip on the healthiest nighttime drink, but if your stress levels are high, your body will resist change. And it's not because the body is stubborn, it's because it is designed to protect you. When stress hormones, particularly cortisol, rise, your body interprets it as danger. It doesn't know if that danger is an approaching predator or a pile of unpaid bills. All it knows is that you need energy, and the most efficient way to provide that energy is to hold on tightly to fat, especially around the belly. Think about how deeply unfair that feels. You're fighting hard to make changes, but your body is clinging to old reserves because it thinks it's keeping you safe. This is why addressing stress is not optional. It's essential. Now here's where the magic of a bedtime drink becomes more than nutrition. It becomes therapy. The right blend of calming herbs or natural compounds can soothe the nervous system, lower cortisol, and tell your body you are safe. You can let go. That message doesn't just ease the mind. It frees the metabolism to burn fat while you sleep. There is a beautiful psychology to this. Many people spend their evenings with racing thoughts, replaying conversations, worrying about tomorrow's to-do list, or feeling guilty about what they ate during the day. The mind doesn't stop churning, and as it churns, cortisol rises. But imagine ending the day differently. Imagine holding a warm cup in your hands, inhaling its gentle aroma, feeling the heat relax your chest, and as you sip, your thoughts quiet. In that simple act, you are not only hydrating the body, you are telling the mind it is time to release. It is time to rest. The body hears this whisper and responds in kind. Science supports this shift. Studies show that when cortisol remains high at night, sleep becomes shallow, fragmented, and restless. And shallow sleep disrupts the delicate balance of hormones that regulate hunger, ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin rises, making you crave more food the next day, and leptin, the hormone that signals fullness, decreases. The cycle becomes merciless as stress at night leads to poor sleep, which leads to more hunger and cravings, which leads to more stress. But breaking that cycle doesn't require a miracle pill. It requires a conscious ritual that lowers cortisol before you close your eyes. A calming drink is one of the simplest yet most profound interventions you can make. Now let's go deeper, not just into the biology, but into the philosophy of relaxation. Why is it so difficult for us to truly let go at night? Because most of us have tied our worth to productivity. We believe we must always be doing, proving, working, striving. Sleep feels passive, and so we undervalue it. But here's the paradox: the moments of true surrender, when you allow the body to be still, are the very moments when the most profound transformation occurs. A bedtime ritual centered around a drink that calms the nervous system is not weakness, it is wisdom. It's a way of reclaiming your health from the tyranny of stress. Picture this as a conversation between you and your body. During the day, your body works hard for you. It takes in everything: food, stress, demands, emotions. At night, your body asks for a chance to repair and restore. By giving it that drink, by lowering cortisol, you are essentially saying, I hear you. I will give you the tools to do your work. This act of cooperation shifts the relationship. You stop fighting your body and you start partnering with it. And when partnership replaces resistance, fat loss becomes a natural outcome rather than a constant battle. This is where psychology and physiology meet. You cannot bully your body into burning fat. You must coax it, reassure it, and allow it to feel safe. And safety is what relaxation offers. It's what chamomile whispers into the nervous system. It's what magnesium-rich drinks infuse into tired muscles. It's what warm signals to the mind that the war is over for today. And when the body feels safe, it can finally release what it has been holding on to physically and emotionally. So the next time you think about fat loss, don't just focus on what you eat or how many calories you burn. Ask yourself, how calm am I when I close my eyes at night? Because that calmness is not a luxury. It is the doorway to transformation. The drink before bed is not only a recipe for better metabolism, it is a recipe for peace. And peace, when practiced consistently, becomes the most powerful fat-burning state your body can enter. At the end of the day, remember this simple truth: a body at war cannot heal, but a body at peace can do extraordinary things. Most of us rarely think of water or hydration as anything more than a basic necessity. We drink when we're thirsty, we drink when the weather is hot, and for many, that's where the relationship ends. But here's the quiet truth. Dehydration is one of the most overlooked reasons people struggle with weight gain, fatigue, and slow metabolism. And what makes this more striking is that the body loses a surprising amount of water during the night, even while we're doing nothing more than breathing and sleeping. Every exhale carries moisture out of the body. Every process of repair and detoxification demands hydration. Yet, many people go to bed in a state of mild dehydration, unaware that this single factor is limiting their body's ability to burn fat efficiently while they sleep. Now, let's think of water not as something ordinary, but as an active participant in your health story. Hydration is not passive, it is dynamic. It is circulation, it is energy, it is detox. When you're properly hydrated before bed, your blood flows more freely, carrying oxygen to cells that need repair. Your liver, which works hardest at night to cleanse the body, can perform its functions without strain. And your metabolism, the very system you rely on to shed fat, has the fluid environment it needs to carry out chemical reactions smoothly. Without water, none of these systems can reach their full potential. Psychologically, we often chase complicated solutions. We want the exotic herbs, the cutting-edge supplements, the secret tricks that only a select few know. But sometimes the solution is far simpler, hiding in plain sight. Hydration is one of those. And what's fascinating is that when you take something as simple as water and elevate it into a ritual, say, a warm, soothing nighttime drink, you give it meaning beyond the physical. You turn it into an act of self-care. Suddenly, that glass or cup isn't just about quenching thirst, it's about preparing your body for restoration. It becomes a conversation you have with yourself. I am giving my body what it needs to thrive tonight. And let's not forget how hydration ties into hunger. So many late night cravings are not cravings at all. They are signals of thirst disguised as appetite. When you drink the right fluid before bed, you quiet those false alarms. Your stomach feels comforted, your brain receives the signal that the body is nourished, and your chances of wandering into the kitchen at midnight diminish. The drink becomes both a physical and psychological barrier against self-sabotage. There's also a deeper, almost philosophical angle here. Water is the ultimate symbol of renewal. It cleanses, it refreshes, it restores. When you drink something hydrating before sleep, you are not just replenishing the body, you are symbolically washing away the weight of the day. The worries, the stress, the toxins, real and metaphorical, are invited to leave. In this way, hydration before bed is more than a physiological hack for fat loss. It's a declaration that you are beginning anew, even as you close your eyes. Think of the body as a river. A flowing river carries nutrients, sustains life, and clears debris. A stagnant river, on the other hand, collects waste, breeds disease, and loses vitality. Hydration is the difference between the two. At night, when movement is limited, when muscles rest, and the body enters stillness, ensuring that the river continues to flow is critical. That flow is what allows fat to be mobilized instead of stored, toxins to be cleared instead of accumulated, and cells to wake renewed instead of sluggish. From a scientific lens, hydration supports thermogenesis, the process of heat production in the body, which plays a role in calorie burning. Even slight dehydration lowers the rate of thermogenesis, meaning your body literally burns fewer calories in its resting state. This means that the very thing most of us ignore could quietly be holding back the fat, burning potential of our sleep. But here's where it gets personal. How often do you pause at night and ask yourself, have I given my body enough of the most fundamental element it needs? Most of us don't. We rush into bed with parched mouths, restless minds, and tired bodies, expecting miracles from a system that has been deprived of its most basic fuel. And then we wake frustrated, convinced our metabolism is broken, when in truth, it's simply thirsty. So tonight, when you prepare for bed, don't just think of the drink as a trendy ritual. Think of it as filling the river, setting it flowing, and creating the conditions for your body to carry you closer to your goals without resistance. Hydration may seem simple, but its impact is profound, especially when practiced with intention and consistency. Because in the end, fat loss is not just about subtraction, cutting calories, burning energy. It is also about addition, adding peace, adding rest, and yes, adding the hydration that fuels every process of life. So let your drink tonight not just quench your thirst, but remind you that sometimes the simplest acts hold the deepest power. And always remember, a well-hydrated body is a body prepared to let go of what it no longer needs. When we talk about the power of a bedtime drink, it's not just about the liquid itself, it's about what you infuse into it. Nature has gifted us ingredients that do far more than simply flavor our cup. They carry properties that have been studied, celebrated, and passed down through generations. When combined thoughtfully, they can become quiet healers working while we rest, nudging the body toward balance, repair, and fat loss. Think of ginger, for instance. This humble root has been used in countless cultures, from Asia to Africa, not only for digestion, but also for its thermogenic effect, that natural ability to gently raise body temperature and encourage fat metabolism. A warm drink with ginger before bed doesn't just soothe the stomach after a long day, it signals to the body to keep burning, to keep cleansing. And in that soft heat lies a promise: your body is not stagnant, it is alive and active even in stillness. Chamomile tells a different story. Unlike ginger, which awakens the inner fire, chamomile speaks in whispers. It calms the nervous system, lowers anxiety, and prepares the body for deeper sleep. Remember what we explored earlier. Stress and poor sleep can lock fat in place. By sipping chamomile, you are not just relaxing, you are dismantling one of the biggest barriers to fat loss. It's remarkable that a delicate flower can carry such power, but that's the beauty of nature. It hides transformation in the smallest, quietest forms. Then there's turmeric, golden and ancient. Known for its anti-inflammatory properties, turmeric doesn't just reduce swelling in joints or muscles, it helps reduce the silent inflammation in fat cells that keeps them resistant to change. A warm, turmeric-infused drink before bed gives the body a chance to repair and reset at a cellular level. It's not about quick fixes, it's about creating an environment where fat is no longer protected by inflammation, where your body feels safe enough to release what it doesn't need. And let us not forget lemon. Its sharpness cuts through heaviness, its alkalizing effect supports the liver, and its vitamin C content strengthens the body's nightly detox efforts. Even in a warm bedtime drink, lemon plays the role of purifier. It reminds us that cleansing is not a dramatic act. It is a daily, gentle commitment to keep the system light and unburdened. When we look at these ingredients, it becomes clear. Fat loss is not simply about calories in and calories out. It is about chemistry, about mood, about harmony between systems. Each natural ingredient has a personality. Ginger, fiery; chamomile, soothing; turmeric, protective; lemon, cleansing. When you bring them into your nightly ritual, you're not just making tea. You're inviting allies into your journey, and the body listens. It responds to these cues with gratitude. There's also something psychological about using natural ingredients. When you hold that cup, knowing that what's inside came from the earth, not a laboratory, you reconnect with something primal. You remind yourself that health doesn't have to be complicated or artificial. It can be simple, it can be natural, it can be accessible. And in that moment, the act of drinking is not only about physical transformation, it's also about restoring trust between you and your body. Now, some may wonder, can something as small as a cup of herbal drink really make a difference? But that question misses the point. It's not about the cup alone. It's about consistency. It's about choosing, night after night, to align with nature instead of fighting against it. It's about sending the same signal repeatedly: calm down, repair, release, restore. Over time, the body builds a rhythm around that signal, and rhythm is where real transformation happens. Philosophically, there's a lesson here. We live in a world addicted to extremes. We want instant results, dramatic change, quick fixes. But fat loss, true health, is not found in extremes. It is found in small, deliberate choices repeated faithfully. A cup before bed will not erase a lifetime of imbalance overnight, but it is a beginning. It is a seed planted daily, and in time, those seeds grow into habits, and habits into results. So tonight, as you consider what to drink before you sleep, don't underestimate the power of nature's gifts. Ginger, chamomile, turmeric, lemon. These are not exotic luxuries. They are reminders that the answers we seek often lie in the simplest places. They are whispers from the earth saying, I will help you, if only you invite me in. And remember, this transformation rarely comes as a thunderclap. More often, it comes as a quiet sip taken night after night until the body awakens to its own power to change.